Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm so glad you're here. Happy New Year! We're going to do some vintage and antique shopping in Cincinnati, Ohio, so stick around. Don't forget to check me out on Etsy. The link to my shop is in the description of every video. Well, hello. I hope you've had a fabulous week. We are going to Cincinnati, Ohio. I am headed to the antique mall. It's called Ohio Valley Antiques Mall, and I think it's Fairfield, Ohio. This guy right here, he was kind of neat looking. It reminded me of the antique Santas. He was only $40, but he kind of reminded me of a combination of Santa / Uncle Sam. I always love silver. $20 for this silver teapot. You could tell it's got a lot of tarnish. And then there's also this really pretty, I thought it was a vase, but it's actually more like a basket. And I looked at that too. I thought the price was the one that I showed you, but it was actually more expensive. I think it was over $30, closer to $40, because the price was actually for the little wreath that was in the vase. This cloche I thought was neat because it's kind of a bubble, a different shape than you're used to seeing. And there's always room for old scales. I love old scales. I thought these guys were cute. There was a ton of Christmas there. All of these chalkware figures I thought were really cute. I've never seen ones that small before, but I like the one all the way to the back right. This I really wanted to take home with me, but I couldn't justify spending $200 on it. But yeah, this would have looked awesome in my kitchen. Wouldn't have put tea in it, but I definitely would have put bread or something in it. I love antique portraits too. So pretty, and these were really neat. They had that lovely chippy patina, $125, which I think they're well worth it. And these were just too fun not to film with their shaggy, furry cushions. They were $22 a piece. But I only had about an hour to spend here, which, if you've ever been in an antique mall, 1 hour is not nearly enough time. So I was doing a mad dash through here, trying to find a few things that I could resell, plus find some items to film for you guys that I thought were interesting. I thought those were neat. The small pins. This was really neat, but it's about on price point. It's got great graphics. The smoking mixture. But yeah, no money to be made off of it. These were also awesome. I like a little whimsy. So this little elephant was cute, and I also thought the little mechanical tin soldier with the drums, I thought he was really neat. I'm always a fan of dolls when I see them. She's really pretty. Her wig was a little jacked up. I don't know about her body, but I didn't go, investigating anymore after I seen the price, because there's really not any room for me to make any money off of her at that price. These are always neat to find. I couldn't decipher what that was about, but I'm assuming it said something about them having the keys to the lock boxes. So that would be a neat piece to display in your house. Antique wedding photos, those are always nice. $18, no room for profit on that either. A lot of the stuff they have there is priced to what you could purchase it for, online or something. So there really wasn't any room for a lot of the stuff that I looked at and I was interested in for me to get, because, I wouldn't make any money on it. That hat was $18.50, and that's something that I would probably wear now in the winter. Um, I think that's a baboon skull, and I really couldn't see the price. It kind of looked like it might have been $300, but I'm not sure. Scorpion, that is like a miniature, like a dollhouse miniature, like a spooky apothecary cabinet. $40. They had a few of those there. I thought those were really neat for a dollhouse. And then that is inert dynamite. I just thought that it was kind of neat. And a double-headed cat skull, which is actually a replica, conjoined. $45. That is a human vertebrae from a retired medical, skeleton. I think they were charging $80 for that. I love this. I think it's gorgeous. But the corbels and the large cast iron vessels there, they weren't for sale, which was kind of a little depressing, to say the least. I hate that when, I understand like the tables and stuff that people have out to display their merchandise that aren't for sale, but when you have actual items like that sitting out on display, and they're not for sale, that kind of, that's a bummer. This ironstone is all so pretty. And these pictures were like $25 to $30 a piece. And these cash register flags were about $10 a piece. This is awesome. But you'd have to have the right environment to display it. $625. It's like a spotlight. But I always like the looks of this kind of stuff. Looks like it's brass. This I ended up buying. I'm going to use it for resale. I have a glass, I don't know what you call them, sphere, globe, that I wanted to put on it to display it that way. There was so much Christmas, and they had a lot of vintage Christmas, which, as you well know, if you watched my last video, I bought quite a bit of Christmas. Not anything vintage, but, the stuff that's made to look like it's old. This was beautiful. I fell in love with it, but there was no room for profit at $45. I fell in love with this cabinet. $154, which I think is a good price for it. And it's a smaller one, so you could just about find anywhere in your house to fit it. I thought this was unusual. Someone made this napkin holder. These were gorgeous, but they were definitely priced accordingly. I'd have that in a split second. Gorgeous. $2,200. Yes. And look at the blow molds. I mean, come on now. It was a sea of blow molds. And then, of course, I spot the odd dinosaur, which I'm not exactly sure who would want a dinosaur in their house, but I guess there's a little bit for everybody here. This was gorgeous. It's like a cottage scene, but $136, no thank you. Christmas, Christmas, and more Christmas. A ton. Some really neat pieces, too. But we're past Christmas. I done spent all my money for Christmas stuff. But yeah, they had some cool stuff in here. And then, of course, my eye was drawn to this Humpty Dumpty lamp. My husband loves the Beatles, especially John Lennon. So I was looking at this, $80. And they had some really nice portraits. I bought a lot of pictures from here. These with the boys doing the tug of war, I thought that was really cute. And of course, $32. It was really beat up, but still worth it. Dolls, of course, you know, I'm always attracted to them, but no profit. These kind of looks like a modeled after a French mannequin head. And look at him. He's missing a little fur, but he's still a pricey fella. Yeah, you can look if when I go back on it, there's a little fur missing. And he's an older fella. And this crucifix with the candle holders, it's from a church. They were so busy I didn't get to ask about this guy. He was only marked $30, but the price tag said paper mache Santa head. So I was assuming it was just the head. I don't know. But he was cool. This was late 1800s. The fish dish and a beautiful silver pitcher. Well, I hope you enjoyed our trip. And until next time, guys, we'll do a haul. See you later.